Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere camp. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakwadash. And wicked men are at it once again. This is a website, made by one of the members of Sikari. And this website, all right, and I'm sure that you can already seen the videos, all right, it's already gone out, and the rebukes have already gone out. And this is just me adding to it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because this isn't really something that you can stay quiet about. Normally I don't really bother doing rebuke videos, especially concerning these other Hebrew Israelite camps. They're all the way over there in Babylon the Great, and I let them the elder brothers handle that. But in this situation, man, this is actually, this is a little, this is too much. This is just too much. Just straight up, this is too much. Making merchandise, right? Selling parts of the gospel, because I can't really say that they are selling all of the gospel, right? Before the Sikari will come out tomorrow and say, "Oh, we're just selling a Hebrew Israelite name consultation," right? That's what they will say. It's prayer. It's also, they also have for prayer as well. It's prayer requests, and they are putting money on these things, right? Even though that's going against the scriptures, and that's really where the conflict comes in. But watch Alazar and them, all right, or even the guy that set this up, and I think his name is Arayala, one of the men in the Sikari, of course. Watch them come out and start claiming that GMS, the men of the Great Millstone, the brothers that are doing videos are hating on them, right? Because what you find out with these Israelite camps, whenever one of their members come out and does something, goes off, does something against the scriptures, you find the leadership comes out and then doubles down on their members' wickedness. And the same thing could possibly happen with Sikari. We don't really know just yet, because really the leadership, Alazar, guys like Deacon Haka and the like, haven't really said anything concerning this. But it's funny that the men of the Great Millstone addressed this before this leadership of the Sikari did. That just shows you, who the true shepherds and the watchers in Israel are. And it's funny how that works, isn't it? Whenever somebody in one of these camps goes off, it's always a brother that comes out and brings it out. Recently, I just heard that Fopi, right? Not Fopi, Konath from Fopi just stepped down as the as I don't know whether he's the leader or part of the leadership, but he stepped down from Fopi, right? It's always brothers that are in the Great Millstone that are bringing out and bringing out what's really going on, even in Israel and in the world as well. Once again, that's just showing you who the true men of the Lord are. So let's get these precepts, because you are not supposed to make a merchandise out of this word. So this is the book of Matthew 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent for. Let me start from top. Matthew 10, verse 1, because it's actually a very nice precept to read, and it's actually good for me to read it, because this is going into something that I just recently started looking into, right, which is the 12 apostles. So this is the book of Matthew 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto them, and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases. So they had been given a measure of the Spirit. And this is just showing you, what our Lord Yahushua did for us that is in this truth as well. Because just like the disciples, we've been given a measure of the Spirit by our Lord Yahushua, and this is the command that he gave his disciples, and that includes us that are in this truth, the Great Millstone, hell, even Sikari as well, right? As much as they go off in their doctrine and their teaching, they still have, the truth, and they still proclaim themselves to be Israelites, and they still call upon the names of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So really, when you go off, it's more of a testament against you than anything else. And this is why you see the elders, right, the apostles and the brothers constantly getting on the Sikari and these other Israelite camps to get right with the Most High, the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, really with our Lord Yahushai, right? Because you can't be out here just going off and teaching and handling the doctrine falsely, okay? Matthew 10 verse 2. These were now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus and Labaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Right, because I will continue reading and you'll see it right here as well. Matthew 10 verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, because our Lord Yahushua sent forth his disciples to preach, to teach, to prophesy unto his people, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and we are entering with the men of the Lord, okay? This is showing you that when we teach and when we speak, we're not speaking of our own words or speaking the lust of our own hearts, but rather what is in the gospel, and we have entered into the labor of our Lord Yahushua, into the labor of the apostles and the disciples of our Lord Yahushua, and into the labor of the men that have been in this truth and prophesied this word before us. So this is not something that just sprung up out of nowhere or something new, but rather it's something that has been sustained and has been out here since the beginning, or really since the death of our Lord Yahushua. And it is that same gospel, the same gospel that the apostles had, and the same gospel that our Lord Yahushua had, that we are teaching. And now you see the men of the Lord come out and speak against the act of this individual from the Sicaria, and really from the Sicaria as well, because the Sicaria are still involved in this same thing, using this gospel to using this gospel to basically market the gospel, right? Using the gospel as for merchandise and selling the truth, because that's really what they are doing. If you go to the Sicari's channel, you'll see they have like I said, they have a store, right? They have their Cash App and their different donations on in the description, which of course there's nothing wrong with that, but now you are seeing the reason why the men of the Lord, right, the apostles and the elders are always against brothers, putting donation links in the description, or even speaking too much concerning donations or sending money or any of that, because it always escalates. It always gets to the point of where it now becomes more about money than about teaching the gospel or preaching the gospel. Because even the scriptures tell you this, and let's go to that in the book of Ecclesiasticus, right? That sin sticketh closely to with buying and selling, right? And as it is written, the love of money is the root of all evil. But let's start with this in the book of Ecclesiasticus 27. Right, and I didn't confuse Ecclesiasticus with Wisdom of Solomon, because I actually wrote down the precept this time. Ecclesiasticus 27 verse 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling. And that's really how it is, right? That's really how it is, and that's why you shouldn't be, pushing this out here. This basically charging people for your services as the man of the Lord, because that's really what this is. Because when the Sicari learn about using Hebrew names, or learn about praying in the Hebrew, they learn that from the men of the Lord, and of course the apostles and the elders that taught them did not charge them. They taught them completely free, without asking for a cent. But let's continue reading this book of Matthew. Matthew 10, verse 7. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses. Once again, showing you that this isn't about money, okay? And I did say that before, that there's nothing wrong with putting, donation links in the descriptions of your video, but the problem with that, once again, right? Objectively speaking, normally speaking, no, there's nothing wrong with it, but the problem about that is that shows where your focus is. You're not focused on preaching the gospel or bringing out the truth, but rather you're focused on how much you can make from this truth, right? Like I said, turning the truth into a merchandise. Realistically, you shouldn't be making any money from this truth, except for the tithes and offerings that you might get from the other believers. But that's not what I'm talking about. There's a difference between offerings and tithes and, the donations you get from super chats, right? Or Patreons, right? Or cash apps that you put in the description, or even something like this where you're basically selling parts of the truth to the flock. Here you have men and women out here that are hungering and thirsting for the gospel, for the truth, and you are selling it to them. That's completely off, man. That's completely off. So continuing on, right? Matthew 10, verse 9, once again, provide neither gold nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet stays, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. Right, and this is just then. This doesn't mean that you go from city to city, talking about some, who is worthy here, and then now crashing in some. That's not what this means. What it means rather is that if you go out to preach and you see somebody that actually wants to hear the word, you stay, teach the gospel, and you move like that. So now Matthew 10, verse 12. And when you come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. Hold on. I think I skipped what I was looking for. So I think I skipped what I was looking for. Okay, now I haven't skipped it. I can't remember where it's at. I want to jump to it, so let me just look for it again. You have to be I always look. Here it is. I say I skipped it. So I skipped it. This is the point I was trying to get. Matthew 10, verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. You have to bear with me. I went to go and skip it, and I lost my train of thought. I was not focusing on what I was reading. So yeah, there you have it. As you have freely received this gospel from the men of the Lord, from our Lord Yahushua through the men of the Lord, okay? Because you also have to remember that this gospel is not our gospel to teach. It's not our gospel to make a merchandise of. It's not our gospel to charge people for parts of it, okay? But rather, it's something that was given to us by our Lord Yahushua, and it was given to us with an expectation. The expectation that the same way that it was given unto us by our Lord Yahushua freely, we also would freely give unto other people. All right. Right, like I was saying, this gospel was, and this is something that other brothers will say as well, the gospel was given to us freely by our Lord Yahushua. So why would you make a merchandise? Why would you try to sell any part of the gospel, whether it's prayers, whether it's name consultation or anything of that nature? That's not what we are meant to be doing in this truth, okay? We're not supposed to turn the gospel into a business. Turn it into something that you can use to gain money, but rather we preach the word because of our faith because of the faith and love that we have for our Lord Yahushua. and of course the love that we have also for the nation of Israel and for the elect of the nation of Israel. Was not the Apostle Paul that said that I endure all things, or I suffer all things for the elect's sake? Proverbs 23 verse 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. And that of course includes any part of the truth, because the Hebrew is a part of the truth. Prayer is a part of the truth. The Hebrew name, okay, is a part of the truth as well. And these are things that you are not supposed to just put a price tag on and start pushing it out there as something that is supposed to be merchandise. I'm trying to find that precept. I can't remember where that precept is in. Where that precept is. I'm trying to remember where that precept is. Where the Apostle Paul said that he suffers all things for the elect's sake. Yeah, it is. So this is the book of 2 Timothy 2 verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sakes, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahushai with eternal glory. Right. And what you do by putting a price tag on any part of the truth, because I also have to mention that it's not like they are saying that they are charging for the whole gospel, but just these parts of the gospel. And this is just going to be because it's a snowball effect, right? First, it starts with prayers, right? And the Hebrew name, and then it eventually escalates as well, and it continues to snowball and escalate up until you basically have a Sikari membership fee, right? Then just start giving them ideas. So then just leave it at that. But this is what we are supposed to be doing in this truth, okay? Because this truth, this gospel, this ministry is for the edification of the elect, the elect, the elect, the elect. That's why the apostles and the elders are only focused on the elect, because that's who this gospel is for. And we teach this gospel not for money, not for any other worldly gain, but rather for the sake of the elect, for the edification of the elect, and because of our faith in Yahushai Hamashiach. So with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.